new car might make you say,
I can't believe it.
Seriously, it's ours?
Is this real life?
but what you really need to say is, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there to help you choose the coverage you need.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Do you disregard people's personal space? Sitting next to people in public, even if there are tons of open seats? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Mattress Firm's 72-hour sale is happening now. Save up to 72% off on top brands, with queens starting at $149.99. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or mattressfirm.com for details.
Here's comedian Howie Mandel for hands-free Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins.
Yeah, I'm holding a new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-in sneaker, and first of all, I barely know I'm holding it. It's that light. You see, Cozy Fit is a cool new sneaker where the upper is made of a soft quilted material. It's kind of like a little puffer jacket for your feet, except it looks like a super stylish sneaker.
Introducing new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins, the latest comfort creation from Skechers. You can find Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Ozempic, but in a pill, is now available from Future Health.
Future Health Weight Loss.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the Fox Sports 940 Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Number one on your car radio preset hand, the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WINCA in Miami, WMIB-FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good.
1-0 pitch. Stowers cracks that one out to center and deep. Siri is back. He looks up and it's gone. The Marlins waste no time. Kyle Stowers with a 2-run shot, and they take a 2-0 lead in the first.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
2-1. That kicks away from Rodriguez. Hill breaks for the plate. There will be no throw. And on a wild pitch, the Marlins walk it off again. 1-2. Conine lifts out to left field. Tommy Pham working back to the warning track. So is Sawinski. They look up and it's gone. Griffin Conine to left center. And we're tied at 2 in the 7th.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins, and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
All right, let's go, Carlos. Welcome live from Lone Depot Park in Miami. It's a scorching hot May day in the 305, 88 degrees, but the windows and the walls shut and chilled for game time. You're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio, Fox Sports 940 Miami. It's game 46 of 162, and fresh off a Citrus Series win, the Marlins will host a team they faced less than a week ago, the Chicago Cubs. Both teams coming off series wins. They will meet over the next 3 days in the Magic City. We're pumped to bring a game one of a 3-game set between the 28-19 Chicago Cubs and your 18-27 Miami Marlins. First pitch slated for 6:40 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Edward Cabrera will make his 7th start of the season for the Marlins. He will go opposite Ben Brown, who, again, the Marlins just saw last week. He will make start number 9 here in 2025. Well, what's going on, everyone? Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Monday night with Jack McMullen and Rod Allen. I'm Steven Strom. Got an awesome show for you ahead. We'll talk about where both teams are at coming into Monday night. Jack and Clayton will sit down to preview game one. We'll get you ahead of the count with Cabrera and Brown. Jack and Rod will jump in for segment 4. We got some good Q&A for you. Our Expo question of the day at Marlins Radio, and, of course, Steve's guarantee to victory. So let's start with the Cubs here. 28-19. They have a 2-game lead in the National League Central. And after losing to the Marlins on Wednesday night, the Cubs responded with the sweep of the hands of the Chicago White Sox in the Crosstown Classic. Number 7 overall pick in the 2022 draft, Cade Horton, took the mound at Wrigley Field. For the first time, it was just his second time getting the ball in the big leagues, but this was his first chance and first start in front of Cubbies Nation. The 23-year-old earned his first win as a starter, going 5 frames, 7 hits, 3 runs. Pete Crow Armstrong, well, he certainly did his part to energize his audience as well. 23-year-old center fielder continues to impress. He's coming off an 8-for-14 series against the White Sox with a homer, a double, 2 triples, 4 runs scored, 9 RBIs, 1 stolen base, and 16 total bases. We will see a new Chicago Cub, not making his debut, but he was recalled. 23-year-old, one of the top prospects for the Cubs, Matt Shaw from AAA Iowa. He has 15 hits, 5 home runs, 10 RBIs, 10 walks, and is batting .286 in his last 10 games. He will play third and bat ninth for the Cubbies. For your Miami Marlins, for the first time since 2018, the Marlins sank the Rays and took 2 out of 3 to claim part 1 of the Citrus Series. Why Miami was so successful, but it put up these crooked inning parts throughout the weekend. And I consider crooked innings 3 or more runs. The Marlins did it 3 times this weekend, 4 runs twice and 3 runs yesterday to separate and not turn back. The offensive standouts, Liam Hicks, he continues to show up and show out. Eric Wagaman, Otto Lopez, fresh off the IL, hit his 4th home run of the season. And shout out to the bullpen this weekend. They were literally perfect. 12 combined innings of shutout ball, a big reason why Miami was able to upend their rival in the state of Florida, the Tampa Bay Rays. We've got plenty more ahead on the Marlins Radio Network on Marlins on Deck. And coming up next, Marlins manager Clayton McCullough and Jack McMullen preview Game 1 of a 3-game set between the Marlins and the Cubs right here on the Marlins Radio Network. On home
on the
games,
corners. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ripped deep to left field. Back is Morel. He's looking. It is gone.
What was that feeling rounding the pillows today, just being your first game back and hitting a home run?
Oh, I mean, it feels amazing. Just everything what we've been through. It's what running that base. It's just think about all the good things now.
I do, and I still do, and I have his shirt hanging up.
There's a shot right field from Hicks. It's deep. It is going. It is gone. Goodbye. William Hicks with his 4th home run of the year. The Marlins have hit the first 2 of the series in this game, and they lead 5-1. Pitched. Line drive center field. Will it drop? Coming in hard. Meisner can't get it. Drops for a hit. 1 run will score. They will hold up Stowers, but it's an RBI hit for Wagaman. May have been a broken bat. It was off the end of the bat. Marlins will take it. They regain a 3-run lead.
Hard in the low 90s, and the spin was pretty much in line with where his split typically is.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Belted to left field and deep. Going back is Simpson. He leaps and can't get it. It's off the wall. The Marlins will score 3. Norby clears the bases with his 6th double of the year. The Marlins exploding for 4 runs here in the 4th inning. Marlins in front. And here it is. That's taken down low. It's ball 4. And Ramirez he stopped there for a moment. He will go to first. It's a bases loaded walk.
1-1. Wagaman lines that one out to center field. That's going to be deep enough to play to run. Meisner circling. He makes the catch. His throw coming into the infield goes to second base, and Sanchez will tag and score.
Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Here in Miami on a Monday night. Thanks for hanging out with us. A fantastic. I mean, if you had to pick to start your week, I would hope it would be with Marlins on Deck. You made the right decision. You came to the right place. Nice weekend for Miami, taking 2 out of 3 against their rival in state, the Tampa Bay Rays. First time since 2018 that the Marlins won a Citrus Series. I'm Steven Strom, host of the program with Rod Allen and Jack McMullen. Those two have your call at 6:40. Well, before we get to the manager and Jack, take the Marlins wherever you go, download the iHeartRadio app, and make Fox Sports 940 the top preset to listen to every Marlins game. Now, to get you ready for every Game 1, our very own Jack McMullen sits down with Marlins manager Clayton McCullough. Had a plethora of topics today, including Yuri Perez, and plus Clayton McCullough. He is rocking some new kicks courtesy of Max Meyer.
All right, thank you very much, Stephen. Here with the skipper, Clayton McCullough, ahead of Game 1 between the Marlins and the Chicago Cubs. We just got some breaking news. You got new kicks. We have the camera here. We can pan down, show the shoes, right? What's the deal here? You said they were a gift from one of the breakout arms for the Marlins, Max Meyer.
Max Meyer was sitting by his locker, and him and Liam were there talking. I'm like, how is Max as a locker mate, Liam? And Liam had nothing but great things to say about Max. Max is a little worried about all of the, Max is a young budding star, so he gets so much things sent his way, and he didn't know what to do. He's got so much he didn't know what to do with it, right? So we happened to wear the same size shoe, and Max was kind enough to gift me a pair that, he might just not want to wear them, but you know what? I said, Max, I appreciate that. So Max Meyer gift.
You think Max is a little frustrated by getting all the free things, or no?
Oh, no way. I said, no way. You never get tired of getting that free stuff.
Great win in the Citrus Series against Tampa. Did you celebrate with an orange? You were asked about your favorite citrus fruit going into that series.
I had some orange juice this morning. I guess that I have to count.
That works. Getting ready for Game 1 between you guys and the Cubs. You're seeing this team again. It's 6 games in 9 days, and this is the third time this year that has happened. When you guys as a coaching staff go into a series like this, how much changes versus the first time that you were planning for the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley last week?
I don't think a whole lot will change. I think, going into the first one, there's not uncertainty with what you're planning for, but, you're kind of, you're going off of, video and numbers from their other games versus other people, and then you get to see it firsthand how they attack. So you can at least, turn around, and our hitters, I'm sure, will have a bit of an idea of at least they, are somewhat calibrated to the arms that they just saw, as well as maybe how that team was looking to attack them going into that series. And the other side, they're doing the same thing as well, right? So I think we're looking at it more that the things that we believe are going to lead to success, like to continue to hammer on those. I think from a pitching side, pounding the strike zone. I think limiting the walks, force people to have to hit you around to beat you. And so with an offense like this, you have to do that. So, and offensively, us having a good plan, like going up there with an area or pitch you're looking for to fire at, and staying committed and disciplined to your plan, and instead of being too caught up in maybe what they may or may not do. I think over the whole course of the season, we're just looking at the things that we believe will lead to success, continuing to double down on those.
In terms of just sheer looks against starting pitchers, it actually skews in your guys' advantage in a backwards way, because Cabby got pushed back a couple of days, where you guys see 2 arms that you just saw last week in Ben Brown and Tyone. Obviously, you see Cade Horton, but it feels like nobody has a sample on Cade Horton at this point. But you guys go Weathers, but then Meyer is a new face for them, and Cabby's a new face. Cabby obviously dealing with a little bit of a flare-up in his fingers. How's he doing?
You know what? It seems fine. I think we would try to, buy him some extra days. With Ryan being reinserted in rotation, and the off day allowed us to push Cabby back a little bit. So I think going into this, he's in a good spot, and we'll play things by ear if something comes up, but we don't anticipate there to be an issue, tonight, during the game.
What have you learned about Pete Crow Armstrong? Seeing him for 3 games, this guy is, I think by Fangraphs WAR, it's Aaron Judge and then PCA.
And you can tell. I'm seeing him play last year. The defense was, it jumped out. His ability to get balls. It's hard for things to fall, when he's out there, and he's got speed on the bases. He can impact it on both sides. I think offensively this year, what he's been able to do, tapping into certainly much more impact and damage to have, the slug with the home runs. And so I think it's a budding, really talented young player that seems to have kind of hitting his stride some and playing with a lot of confidence. He's a real deal.
Clayton, last one for you in a positive note. I was out here a little early. I saw Yuri Perez, and I was floored by the sound of the fastball coming off his fingertips. You can hear it cutting through the air. What did you see from Yuri in his, live bullpen here today? And then obviously next step is Jacksonville for a rehab.
Yeah, it looked like the guy was throwing a Titleist, today, and not a baseball. It was just, again, it was easy, the Daniel and company right there, and you hear what the velocity was, but you're watching it come out of his hand, and if they said 92, you'd be like, okay, it looks like he's just playing catch with the catcher, and it's 96, and it's so effortless, and felt like the shape of his breaking ball was really good, commanding the ball in that setting. So it's such an exciting time for us to, be getting him closer, and we want to continue to do right by him and ensure that, he continues to check off the necessary boxes, that he's, healthy and ready to come back up here. But very encouraging again today to, watch the quality of the stuff and the ease at which he was able to do it.
Clayton, appreciate it. Best of luck.
Okay, thank you guys.
Steven.
All right, good stuff right there with Jack McMullen and Clayton McCullough. Couple of things I want to housekeep here. Yes, Yuri Perez, he's going to start on Thursday with AAA Jacksonville. I know Jack got a chance to actually watch him this afternoon. He did throw a pitch design. The other thing I did want to mention here, and we'll tell more of a story during the game, there was a winter meeting auction winner, rather, to win a broadcast experience. And there's I think a group of 4 here with 2 kids, Dylan and Mason, who got a chance to sit in on Clayton McCullough's media availability. They asked some awesome questions. They were down watching BP. I got a chance to interview them. But these guys are from Jacksonville. They made the trek down, technically, right? Jacksonville, yeah, down to Miami. Interviewed with Clayton. They gave me their yard card today, who they think is going to hit a home run, in Connor Norby and Kyle Stowers. But just awesome to see these guys and have these guys with the Marlins. They've enjoyed their time. They're baseball nuts. One of them showed me, he got beat up as a catcher. He showed me one of his bruises on his arm. So, really all in all, just a really cool experience and a great chance to meet these people that are here at the ballpark. And hopefully the Marlins can get a win for them. We'll have more on this during the game, though, with Jack and Rod. Coming up next, we will get you ahead of the count. Edward Cabrera and Ben Brown. We're back in 2 minutes on the Marlins Radio Network.
Do this. Derek Hill is the first hitter, and Hill smacks one out to left center field and deep. That is back, and it's gone. A couple rows deep into left center field. Derek Hill cuts the deficit by a bit. This ball upstairs. 2-1 pitch. Stowers hits one high in the air out to center field. Crow Armstrong back. Crow Armstrong at the track. He looks up, and it's gone. Kyle Stowers got 96 right over the heart of the plate, and he belts his 8th homer of the year. And the Marlins strike first, 1-0 here in the second. Changeup. He throws it about 4% of the time to lefties. 1-2 pitch. That a ground ball over to second. The runner coming home. Horner bobbles it. His only play is to first base, and Javier Sanoja on the fish bailed out by a Gold Glover in Horner dropping the ball. We'll take it. Norby scores from third, and it's an RBI ground out for Sanoja. It's 2-1 fish in the top of the fifth. Got a 4.11 ERA. Next pitch, Norby hammers. That is going a mile. Out to left and deep. It is gone. Connor Norby nearly hunting Waveland. A solo homer to open the 7th. And it's 3-2 fish.
I saw Norby's dad on the field last night when Kelly and I were doing the post.
3-2 to Sanchez. That one a line shot through into left for a base hit. They're going to send the runner from second. Here comes the throw home. It's a little bit late, and Hill is in with a head first dive. Sanchez pushes to second on the throw, and it's an RBI opposite field single for Jesus. It's 4-2 fish in the 7th.
.com. Oh, I'm ready! And get ready for the workday.
Hey, this is Nick Fortes, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
Well, thank you, Nick Fortes. He is not in the starting lineup tonight. Liam Hicks DHing, Augustine Ramirez catching. Hicks will bat 7th, Augustine in that 2 spot. Well, listen to your Marlins on the go. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 your top preset to listen to every Marlins game. Really fun weekend here at the ballpark, taking 2 out of 3 against the Rays. Steven Strom, Rod Allen, and Jack McMullen. Those 2 actually will join me in the next segment. So let's fly through this one. Let's get these guys on. We'll start here with Edward Cabrera, 27-year-old right-hander. He'll make his 7th start of the season. Now, he was supposed to start against the Rays on Friday, but it was pushed back due to fluid buildup in his fingernail. Remember, Cabrera's gone through a couple of different blisters, not only this year, spring training, the last year as well. So the Marlins being careful and precautionary with Cabby. He will make the start, though, tonight against the Cubs. And I got to say for Cabrera, it's been an encouraging last 2 starts for him in particular. But 2 Saturdays ago in the South Side against the White Sox, he went 5 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run. And his last 2 starts combined, 10 2/3 innings pitched, just 3 runs, 2.53 ERA. And the thing that's been interesting about Cabrera to me is it's always been about the strikeouts for Cabby. That's kind of how we've determined whether it's been a good start or a bad start. The strikeouts and the walks. 6 punch-outs in the last 2 starts and 2 walks. So low on the walk rate and very low on the strikeout rate. You can see Cabrera's maybe evolving a little bit, playing to contact, just throwing his stuff in the zone and saying, beat me. We'll see if Cabrera can do that tonight. Career-wise against the Cubs, he's 3-1 with a 3.96 ERA, 25 innings pitched, 39 Ks to 15 walks in 5 starts. So making his 6th career start against the Cubbies here tonight. He'll go opposite Ben Brown. Marlins will see a familiar face in him. He's faced the Marlins on Tuesday, came away with a no decision. He allowed 2 runs on 5 hits, 5 1/3, 6 Ks, 72 pitches, 56 for strikes, 6'6", 210-pound right-hander. He is 3-3 with a 4.75 ERA in 8 starts, 41 2/3 innings pitched. He will throw a fastball 59% of the time, that 4-seamer, and a knuckle curve at 38%. He does throw a changeup, but very rarely uses it. Again, the 4-seamer uses it at 59%, knuckle curve at 38%. Safe to say this guy's a 2-pitch pitcher. His splits are funny. He has an 8 ERA at Wrigley Field. He has a 1.59 ERA in a 3-0 record in 17 innings pitched away from Wrigley. So I'm sure he's comfortable here in Miami. We'll see if the Marlins can balloon that ERA from 1.59 to something else. Again, Edward Cabrera goes opposite Ben Brown here tonight. We'll break. We have a lot to talk about. Great weekend here at the Lone Depot Park. We'll have Rod Allen and Jack McMullen on next. Stick with us on the Marlins Radio Network.
On the corners, here's the 1-1 pitch. Ripped deep to left field. Back is Morel. He's looking. It is gone!
What was that feeling rounding the pillows today, just being your first game back and hitting a home run?
Oh, I mean, it feels amazing. Just everything what we've been through. It's what running that base. It's just think about all the good things now.
I do, and I still do, and I have his shirt hanging up.
There's a shot right field from Hicks. It's deep. It is going. It is gone. Goodbye. William Hicks with his 4th home run of the year. The Marlins have hit the first 2 of the series in this game, and they lead 5-1. Pitched. Line drive center field. Will it drop? Coming in hard. Meisner can't get it. Drops for a hit. 1 run will score. They will hold up Stowers, but it's an RBI hit for Wagaman. May have been a broken bat. It was off the end of the bat. Marlins will take it. They regain a 3-run lead.
Hard in the low 90s, and the spin was pretty much in line with where his split typically is.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Belted to left field and deep. Going back is Simpson. He leaps. He can't get it. It's off the wall. The Marlins will score 3. Norby clears the bases with his 6th double of the year. The Marlins exploding for 4 runs here in the 4th inning. Marlins in front. And here it is. That's taken down low. It's ball 4. And Ramirez he stopped there for a moment. He will go to first. It's a bases loaded walk.
1-1. Wagaman lines that one out to center field. That's going to be deep enough to play to run. Meisner circling. He makes the catch. His throw coming into the infield goes to second base, and Sanchez will tag and score on a sacrifice.
4-500-LOCK or visit LoctiteImpact.com.
Getting you ready here for game 1 of a 3-game set between the Marlins and the Cubs. Marlins just saw these Cubbies back in Chicago last week. Steven Strom, Rod Allen, and Jack McMullen. Rod Allen making his StreamYard debut here on pregame. He thought he was not doing TV. You thought wrong, Rod. You are on here on the stream. It's great to have you, man. Great to have you back. We'll start here with the weekend, though, Rod. I thought one of the bigger parts of why the Marlins were able to have some success was the crooked inning frames. They did it a couple of times. What did you see that allowed these Marlins to have these long, laborious innings?
You know, it's great for you to point that out because by and large, all season, we haven't had those crooked innings. We haven't scored many runs in any one inning. All of our contests that we've won, they've been really close games. But what I saw yesterday, obviously, you had Lopez and you had Liam Hicks at the bottom of the lineup. Both those guys got it done. They drove in a bunch of runs, 5 to be exact. And that allows the top of the lineup to turn over. And then you see the at-bats by Ramirez. Stowers has been on point all season long, but it's been the unselfish at-bats within the inning that's allowed them to get those crooked numbers, guys walking, guys beating out infield singles. You name it, they've done it, and that's why they put up the crooked numbers.
And it wouldn't be fair not to mention the other side, Rod. And Jack, the bullpen this weekend was phenomenal. They were literally perfect. 12 scoreless innings, What did you see from that end this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, let's extend it. So it's 4 straight games of the bullpen has yet to allow a run, right? And it's 6 of the last 8. And in that stretch, their ERA, their bullpen ERA over the last 9 games, I think is at 1.19, if I have that right.
Brought the
It's
juice.
under 1.2. This has been one of the best bullpens in Major League Baseball in the month of May. And you ask, okay, well, why, when I look at the overall regular season numbers, is this bullpen ERA in the 20s? Well, it's because there were some guys that are not on the roster right now that had some really rough starts to the season. But they have figured out a way to use their leverage arms. And I count 5, maybe even 6 leverage arms that they can turn to. The clear-cut guys that you would feel comfortable going to in the 9th inning, right? Jesus Tinoco has handled the 9th. Anthony Bender, I feel very comfortable handling the 9th inning. Calvin Fauché, same deal. And then the guys that have emerged, man, Blake Bacher's emerging right now. He had that one really rough outing against the Dodgers. Aside from that, this guy's ERA is right around 2.
Yep.
Ronnie Enriquez is legit, man. He looks like a future closer.
Little man can pitch, man.
He can pitch.
Yes,
and then you
sir.
got a guy like Tyler Phillips who can go 6 up, 6 down to tie a bow on a win as well. Cade Gibson, a lefty. I mean, frankly, like Anthony Veneziano was here for 6 weeks. Cade Gibson's presence made it okay to send a struggling
right.
Veneziano to
Yep.
Jacksonville.
Yep.
They have found their best bullpen to this point. And credit Peter Bendix, credit Brandon Mann, the bullpen coach, credit Daniel Moskis, credit Clayton McCullough for pushing all the right buttons and finding the right guys to make a game where you have a lead through 5 innings seemingly over right now.
Jack McMullen, Rod Allen with me now on Marlins on Deck. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Monday night. Okay, Rod, Edward Cabrera, it feels like we have this discussion almost every 5th day. He's got to throw strikes. He's got to stay in the zone. But I want to get a little bit deeper here. The last 2 starts for him, 10 2/3 combined, just 3 runs, 6 punch-outs to 2 walks. So the punch-outs aren't as high as we expect, but the walks are still the same. How have you seen Cabrera maybe evolve this year?
I think he's kind of gotten away from his 4-seam fastball. He's throwing more sinkers. At least in his last outing, he was pretty much all sinkers and not so many 4-seam fastballs. I think that's allowed him to control the baseball a little bit better in the strike zone. Also pitching to more contact because of the sinkers. He's getting more ground balls, less strikeouts. There was a time where Cabrera simply went for strikeouts.
Yep.
That's not the case anymore. He's looking for contact. He's looking for them to make contact within the first 3 pitches. And usually when they do make contact, if the ball's down, it's not going to be hit all that hard because the stuff is simply filthy. But today, this will be a tough assignment. He's got to keep Pete Crow Armstrong off the bases. Dude's got 14 steals. He's only been caught 3 times. And if he gets on, then you got to deal with guys like Tucker and some of those other guys. When he is good, I'm talking about Cabrera, there's not that much traffic on the base path, which takes a lot of the thinking out of the way. He's not thinking about base runners. And if he's able to limit some of those base runners today, he'll put in a good game and put us in a position to win.
Has decent numbers against the Cubs. He'll make his 6th start. He's throwing to a 3.96 ERA and
good.
5 starts, 3-1 record against the Cubbies. Jack, last one for you. Matt Shaw is not making his debut. He was with the team for the Tokyo series. He is recalled, and he's been hitting the ball well down in Iowa. He'll bat 9th and play 3rd. What can you tell us about Matt Shaw?
Yeah, he was one of the best prospects in baseball coming into this year, and he debuted in Tokyo during that Tokyo series, but then he came back stateside, and there was a clear-cut deficiency. He had trouble with fastballs.
Ooh.
It's a really unorthodox setup for Matt Shaw. This is a guy that flew through the minor leagues. That's kind of the case in college baseball right now. College baseball is as good as it has probably ever been, so guys are getting through the minor leagues quicker than they ever have. Look at Wyatt Langford in Texas. Even a guy like Dylan Cruz, look at him. Jack Caglione, the Florida Gator last year, just got promoted to AAA. Guys are flying through. Matt Shaw, same deal. Middle of the 1st round pick out of the University of Maryland, was so good at every single stop. And then he gets to the major leagues, guys start exposing him. It's an unorthodox setup. His hands were so low, they were about belly button high.
Gunfighter range.
Yeah, and he has this huge leg kick,
That's
too.
the key there, the leg kick.
He just kind of hovers, and his timing was off. He got his timing right, it seems.
He cut down that leg kick. We'll see that tonight, and hopefully they're hoping that that's the benefit, and they're going to see the Matt Shaw they always wanted to see.
Well, they made the move to DFA Nicky Lopez, and 4 of Matt Shaw's 6 home runs came in the last 3 days since his Monday's call-up. So he will be in the lineup, kind of similar to what we saw with Tim Elko as well. He was swinging the bat well. White Sox promoted him. So we shall see how the Marlins contain him. It's game 1. Good job, guys. We'll hear Kyle. Jack and Rod.
I've been here 2 months, man.
6:40. I don't know why I say that. Jack and Rod have your call at 6:40. There you go. We'll break Expo questions, Steve's guarantee, and then we'll play some baseball right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
ADT is the official smart security partner. Do this. Derek Hill is the first hitter, and Hill smacks one out to left center field and deep. That is back, and it's gone. A couple rows deep into left center field. Derek Hill cuts the deficit by a bit. This ball upstairs. 2-1 pitch. Stowers hits one high in the air out to center field. Crow Armstrong back. Crow Armstrong at the track. He looks up, and it's gone. Kyle Stowers got 96 right over the heart of the plate, and he belts his 8th homer of the year. And the Marlins strike first, 1-0 here in the second. Changeup. He throws it about 4% of the time to lefties. 1-2 pitch. That a ground ball over to second. The runner coming home. Horner bobbles it. His only play is to first base. And Javier Sanoja on the fish bailed out by a Gold Glover in Horner dropping the ball. We'll take it. Norby scores from third, and it's an RBI ground out for Sanoja. It's 2-1 fish in the top of the fifth. Got a 4.11 ERA. Next pitch, Norby hammers. That is going a mile. Out to left and deep. It is gone. Connor Norby nearly hunting Waveland. A solo homer to open the 7th, and it's 3-2 fish.
I saw Norby's dad on the field last night when Kelly and I were doing the post.
3-2 to Sanchez. That one a line shot through into left for a base hit. They're going to send the runner from second. Here comes the throw home. It's a little bit late, and Hill is in with a head-first dive. Sanchez pushes to second on the throw, and it's an RBI opposite field single for Jesus. It's 4-2 fish in the 7th.
Well, here we go. We're off and running here on the Marlins Radio Network, 11 minutes away from first pitch. Rod Allen, Jack McMullen, those two have your call. It'll be Edward Cabrera who will go opposite Ben Brown. Marlins took 2 out of 3 against the Rays over the weekend. The Cubs just swept the Chicago White Sox. So both teams feeling good going into this Monday night. Final 3 for the Marlins here at home before they head out to the West Coast to play 3 in Anaheim and 3 in San Diego. Listen to your Marlins on the go. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 your top preset to listen to every Marlins game this season. Let's get to our Expo question of today. What years did Cubs manager Craig Counsell play for the Marlins? Make sure to vote at Marlins Radio. It is time for Steve's Guarantees.
Batter up.
Batter up.
Let's play some ball.
First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
How can I not go with the hot hand right now? Kyle Stowers, he will play left field and back cleanup for the Marlins. This is a really good matchup against Ben Brown. Not only did he hit a home run last week, but what Kyle Stowers is doing from a fastball perspective is really impressive. He this year is batting .314 against heaters. 8 of his 10 home runs have come against the fastball. I think this is a really good matchup for Stowers against Ben Brown. I like him to record an extra base hit here tonight. The second one I want to throw at you, the Marlins to draw 3 walks against Ben Brown. He did not surrender a walk. The Marlins have to do a better job at seeing pitches. He's really a 2-pitch guy. He's a 4-seam fastball and knuckle curve primary. How about 59% of the time 4-seam, 38% knuckle curve. They have changeup on Baseball Savant, but he really doesn't throw it. So I like Stowers' extra base hit and the Marlins to draw 3 walks against Ben Brown here tonight. Folks, I hope you got the itch for first pitch, because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints a picture. Rod Allen, he's ready to rock. Starting laps in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami. Marlins baseball is next. This is the Marlins Radio Network.
Workdays can be